Did you know that we have a lot of species in our country? Some of them are familiar, but most of the species we don't even know that it exists. That's why we made a video about animal species and plant species so that we could learn more about them.
If you want to know about them, don't scroll just yet and continue to watch our video. Without further ado, let's get started and have some knowledge.
Did you know that sea turtles have existed since the time of the dinosaur? According to National Geographic, the earliest sea turtle lived about 120 million years ago. Today, there are 7 species of sea turtles named as olive ridley, Camps ridley, hookbill, flatback, green, loggerhead, and leatherback. In this video, we will be focusing on Erythromechalis imbritica, are commonly known as the hookbill sea turtle.
Hawksbill sea turtles can be found in the tropical and subtropical waters of all the world's major oceans. That's why hawksbills are widely distributed in the Philippines. Hawksbills get their name from their distinctive beak-like mouth, which resembles a hawk's and is ideal for locating food sources in the hard-to-reach cracks and crevices. They are the only sea turtles species that can survive solely on sponges, and these turtles are critical to the health of marine ecosystems. The population of hawksbills is severely decimated as a result of excessive exploitation of eggs and the high demand for their shell.
Hawksbill sea turtles contribute to the health of coral reefs. They improve feeding access for reef fishes by removing prey such as sponges from the reef's surface. National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, or NOAA Fisheries, and our partners are committed to protecting and reintroducing hawksbill turtle populations around the world. Research, protect, and recover this endangered species using a variety of novel techniques. We collaborate with partners to develop conservation and recovery measures for hawksbill turtles and their habitats. In addition, researchers fund research, monitoring, and conservation projects to put recovery plans priorities into action. The Philippine law that addresses the protection and conservation of sea turtles is the Wildlife Resources Conservation and Protection Act, Republic Act No. 9147, which was passed by Congress on July 30, 2001. In general, the Act provides for the conservation and protection of wildlife resources and their habitats, with a focus on threatened species and endangered species. Also recognizes indigenous peoples' traditional practices. This act prohibits the exploitation of any wildlife species designated as threatened or endangered. It is illegal to exploit sea turtles at any stage of their life, including their eggs.
Our plant species is Banda sanderiana, also known as waling-waling. The native range of this species is our country, the Philippines. The waling-waling name in an allusion to a moth of flight was discovered in 1882. Named after Henry Frederick Conrad Sander, a noted orchidologist, it is worshipped as Diwata or fairy by the native Bogobos. In 1914, Rudolf Kletter created a separate genus for it, Yunda. Hans Herkenbach had a second thought and later places Banda sanderiana in the genus Esmeralda.
It has two forms, pink and white, also referred to as Alba M. Roybelin discovered the original pink variety in the Philippines in 1881 or in 1882. The strap leaves of Banda sanderiana are thinner and more brittle. Another distinction is connected to this compact growth. Roots from Banda sanderiana appear much less frequently. Another factor restricting vegetative growth is the fact that these roots are carried lower on the plant. In comparison to other Vanda species, Vanda sandriana has distinct petals. In contrast to other band species, Vanda sandriana has petals that are large at the base and narrow to a claw.
According to Environment Secretary Ramon J.P. Peje, the waling-waling can best represent the splendor and uniqueness of Philippines biodiversity because it is considered the finest and most beautiful among all species of orchids in the country. Orchid plants' growth patterns are also distinctive, with many of them being sympodial in nature and some being monopodial, the leaf or labellum, which is larger than other petals and often takes on diverse shapes and sizes with striking markings, striations, and frilled edges, is the most beautiful element of the flower.
To aid in its reproduction, this portion also draws insects and other pollinators. Many orchids are believed to have therapeutic capabilities and are utilized in religious rites in India and around the world in addition to their visual appeal, which their principal characteristic. They are an essential part of any forest ecosystem and have a complex mutual connection with other biota. They are a sign of a healthy ecology as well as other epiphytes.
The waling-waling is considered critically endangered under Appendix 1 of the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and Flora, an international treaty among governments to ensure that the survival of wild plants and animals are not threatened by their trade. Waling-waling orchids grown through the tissue culture method need to be kept under natural or artificial light. Dominic Alves Galimba, a plant tissue culture expert, added that this method also helps commercialize the different plant species by producing numerous propagules to prevent certain plants from being endangered. That is the end of our video. We hope that you learned something new today.